For those of you who don't know, the Westgate Bridge in Melbourne is Australia's busiest bridge, beating the Sydney Harbour Bridge by I think 40,000 people a day. So everyone's driven over it. I know I've driven over it about 1 billion times, but how many times has anyone ever been underneath it? Not as many. So, I mean, I don't know what's under the bridge. I'm sure you guys don't know what's under the bridge if you've clicked on this video. So, there's only one thing for us to do, and that is to find out what's under the Westgate Bridge. Little heads up though, I was doing some research, and on the east side of the bridge, there's a little park called the Westgate, just called the Westgate Park. And from what I've heard, it's a bit of a dodgy spot. A lot of seedy characters hanging around there. There's a bit of junkie action, needles in the toilets, whatnot. You know, the usual sort of thing in Melbourne. But when the sun goes down, apparently it turns into a bit of a, what's the best word for this? When the sun goes down, the ditty parties start. There's a bit of, you know, put the numbers together. So just be warned if you don't walk through there at night. I've heard stories on Reddit and fucking Google reviews. If you just go look through there, there's some pretty seedy stuff that happens there. So I'm not going to spend too much time in there because I don't want to get bummed. Don't need to get my oil checked. So we'll fucking go have a look around. Go under the east side first, then we'll cross over the bridge, and then we'll go have a look on what's on the west side of the Westgate Bridge. So without further ado, that's enough waffle. Let's get into it. Alright, I'm here on Lorimer Street in Port Melbourne, which gives you quite a good view of the Westgate Bridge. There's a tugboat, big fucking boat there. I'm going to pull up here, find somewhere to park up, and I'm going to get out the commercial universal national travel device, and we'll go to the Westgate Park. There's a lot of like construction workers and stuff in there when I drove past, so hopefully Diddy hasn't got a party there, because that'll be a bit fucking awkward. But look at this. I know the camera's pretty zoomed out, so it might not look as cool for you guys, but it looks pretty cool to me. Now I'm just gonna find a parking spot here, which is a bit easier said than done. Otherwise I might have to park in the fucking, oh there's one, okay, easy. I'll park up and then we'll fucking get out and have a geeze. Alright, so I've arrived, I found a parking spot right under the Westgate Bridge. I'm sure you guys can see it through the trees there. I'm gonna hop out, get the e-scooter, and we'll go under. It's time to find out what's under the Westgate Bridge. Could there be a pot of gold? Could there be a fucking demonic sacrifices? Could there even be a ditty party that I'm missing out? I don't know, but we don't know till we find out. So let's find out. Let's get on with it. All right, have a look here. We are right under the Westgate Bridge. And under the Westgate Bridge, of course, is the runoff of the Yarra River, which is basically our version of the Ganges River or fucking Lake Springfield. It's just full of pollution. If you went swimming in there, you'd probably dissolve. So we won't be doing that, but we've got the commercial universal travel device just in case some fucking, you know, Diddy pops out of a bush and we're gonna make a quick escape and I can't be fucked walking the whole way around because I'm too fat. But yeah, so not much to see here, obviously. It's all just like works, like fucking people's works, buildings and whatnot, the docks. But yeah, we'll go fucking down that way, go to the Westgate Park, see what that's all about. Let's go. But before we go, I'm pretty sure this part here is where in 1970 on the 11th of October they were building the bridge and it collapsed and it fell out from somewhere along here into the river and killed, like, how many people was it? I think it was like 50 people died. So that's a bit of how many was it? Plummeted 50 meters. Yeah, 35 workers were killed and 18 were injured. So yeah, that's a bit of a shitty part of Melbourne history, but there you go. That's where it happened almost 55 years ago to the day that I'm filming this. So yeah, anyway, let's get going. All right, I'm now here in the Westgate Park. Dog leash, right under the Westgate Bridge, as you can see here. There's just a fence off here to the left. There's some sort of factory, I don't know what business operates out of there. But yeah, it's just like a fucking, not much here to be honest. Here we go, we're right under the Westgate Bridge here. I think off to the right over here there's a like a BMX track or bike track or something, so we'll go that way first and then we'll go into the actual Westgate Park. There's like a rail bridge over here. We're out of the jungle. Wasn't really much there, but I think this is the bike track here. Here we go. Let's see if we can get the scooter going on it. Look at this. If I was 15, I'd be all over this. But it looks a bit overgrown to be bringing the scooter on. I'll just fucking stack it. But I'll set the camera up, see if I can get a jump in. I don't think any of these jumps look doable, to be honest. Otherwise I would be more than happy to fucking jump the scooter over him, but I don't want to fucking break an arm or die, so maybe not. I'll go over this little hump here though. Set the camera up. There we go, bottomed out there a little bit, but we got there anyway. Let's go into the fucking Westgate Park, which is on the other side here. Alright, we're almost back there, but look at this. There's an old rail bridge that goes nowhere. Must have been from the old fucking, when they first built the docks and they had the trains running or whatnot, but not in operation anymore. Can't catch the old fucking Franklin line through here, so there you go, that's that. Let's go for the fucking Westgate Park. Alright, I'm here under the Westgate Bridge. This is the Westgate Park, and that lake over there, that little island in the middle of this lake, is called, where is it? Get up on here. Ibis Island. The Ibis, aka the bin chicken. So we've come from Dandenong, the Dandenong Hotel, to fucking Port Melbourne, under the Westgate, and there's more ibises. I don't actually see them or think Ibis Island's accessible by foot. Maybe by boat, but I don't have my boat here. But yeah, that's Ibis Island in there. Bin Chicken Island. Fucking good bit of real estate right there. But this park is just like a fucking, I don't know, lots of bushes to get down to business in, from what I've heard anyway. Anyway, I think that's basically it for this side. I'll go have a look at the fucking toilet block or the fucking picnic tables in the car park, because apparently that's where all the fucking action goes down. But yeah, there's not many people here. I've seen some blokes, but they all seem to be on their own. There's not fucking group of 5 going at it in the bush. Anyway, let's get moving. Here's a bit of a better view of Ibis Island. There's some sort of fucking sculpture here. Wonder what that does. Alright, I didn't really speak back there, but I did see a man with a hoodie and sunnies on a pretty sunny day walk into the toilet, so I think there might be a diddy party going on in there, so let's get out of here. But yeah, there was a lady cleaning up the benches and stuff. I'm not gonna dox old mate trying to get his fucking oil check, but I mean, I didn't expect it to be going on at this time of day. Anyway, it's actually quite a scenic, like, nice place to go. I had no idea this was even here until I was looking on Google Maps to see what I could find for this video, and it's actually pretty, like, somewhere that's so close to the most polluted parts of Melbourne. It's like, there's lots of birds and fucking cool shit to see here. Look, to be fair, what I saw online, Reddit and Google, the only people that are gonna bother, like, leaving comments and reviews and shit like that on this place are the people who've had a bad experience. So it's fucking, I don't think it's anywhere near as sketchy as what people say, to be honest. I was sort of nervous about coming here thinking, fuck, I don't know, like it's gonna be full of seedy characters, but I mean, it's actually a pretty nice place to go. So if you wanna come here during the day, and you should be alright. And we're back out under the fucking Westgate again, where the train lines are. Alright, well that's the east side of the Westgate completed. So yeah, east side of the Westgate Bridge, completed it, mate. Let's go over to the west side and see what we got over there. I don't think there's as much over there, so hence why I started on this side. But we'll go check it out anyway. There's some funny thing I want to show you on the Westgate Bridge as well, that I'm not going to spoil. You'll see it in about 30 seconds once we get on there. But yeah, it's crazy to think that 200,000 people a day drive over that bridge. How many of them do you reckon actually come down here and have a look? You're only on the Westgate Bridge because you're going somewhere. You don't come to fucking, you know, sightsee. Anyway, there's that dog leash again. Go let the dogs out. Oh fuck. Only downfall of this thing is that the cruise control. You hold it down, it goes on cruise control, and when you got a camera in one hand and you're trying to slow down, the brake's on the left hand, so a bit sketchy. Anyway, here we are back underneath Westgate. I cut the camera off, came around the corner. There was an old dude, you know, dressed up like he didn't want to be seen, and he saw the camera and he ran off into the bushes. So he's either here for an oil change or a spot of illegal fishing. Either way, who am I to judge? I don't care. But there you go. The rumours are true. So we'll get going over the Westgate Bridge and have a look at the little thing I want to show you. And then we'll go on the west side and see what's there under the Westgate Bridge. So let's go. I apologise for the camera work here. I'm trying to drive on the Westgate Bridge. But as you can see, we're on the Westgate Bridge now, crossing over to the west side. There's a little thing, it's in the medium strip between the lanes, but it's hard to film. I mean, I gotta get off at the left lane, next exit anyway, so I'll film it from here. But there it is, see? There? I'll zoom in on it. There's about fucking 10 of them, the Westgate Bridge thunder boxes. Imagine trying to take a shit there. Here's another one. The fucking portable wanking sauna on the Westgate Bridge. Imagine every time a big truck goes past in the right lane, it'd just blow your bloody, the thing would start swaying. I would shit myself, no pun intended. But yeah, it's gotta be one of the worst toilets in fucking Melbourne, I reckon. I wonder if they're supposed to be there for like workers when they are doing work here, or I assume they would be, because I mean otherwise there's no way to extract them without shutting the Westgate Bridge. So either way, if you gotta go, you gotta go, but fuck. Be a bit noisy and fucking sketchy in that one, boys. Anyway, 1 kilometre till we exit. I'll see you at the bottom. Here I am on fucking the west side of the Westgate Bridge, and look at that. It looks cooler to me because the camera's so zoomed in. But wow, cuz. I'm gonna go, there's a park here. I fucking blame the job. Well, I'll find out somewhere to park up and have a look around underneath. But I don't think there's as much on this side. Like there's more area, but it's all just like truck depots and shit like that I can't really go in and walk around in because, you know, don't fucking work there. But we will, there's like a little walkway under there. I'll see if I can find somewhere to park up and we'll go have a walk through or scooter ride through there. Alright, I was actually wrong. So over here is the Westgate Bridge Memorial Park. I thought it collapsed on that side, but it actually collapsed on this side. So you would have seen the little timestamp thing saying that I was wrong and that I'll address it later. Here I am, I didn't know till now. So we'll get out and have a look here through the scooter. But yeah, this is right under the Westgate Bridge. There's a little car park here. One of I think it was a fucking massive, I think one of Australia's biggest construction tragedy. The long story short is they're trying to get these two, like, say there's a seam down the middle. They're trying to stitch them together, and one side was like popping up, and they were trying to fucking figure out how to fix it, and they did something and it put too much stress on the bridge, and it just fell through the bottom here, and it fell on top of a lunchroom that had workers in it. There was people crushed under it. There was people that fell off the bridge. It was pretty gnarly. I knew the story, but I can't remember it anymore. I learnt it in school, I forgot about it. So I'll put the Wikipedia article down the bottom, go check it out yourself. But yeah, it's a pretty big thing here in Melbourne. But yeah, so we'll hop out and there's a little board over here. I think it's got all the names of the people who died. So we'll go have a read of that and have a gaze. Anyway, let's not waffle, let's get into it. Here we are, right under the Westgate Bridge. Westgate Bridge Memorial Park. Okay, so here's the names of all the people who died. Hope you can read that, but yeah, there you go. Have a little look around here. We'll have a little look around here and see what there is under this part, and then we'll go explore the rest of under the bridge. Not sure what that is. Maybe that's where the there's a camera. Maybe that's where the lunchroom was that it fell on. I'll have to check. If there's any facts I can find, I'll chuck them up on the screen. You will have already seen them, but in the moment, I don't know. But yeah, we'll go have a look under. And that should take us back to the other side of the Yarra River where we just were. Alright, so I think these pillars along here, I think there's one for every person who died in the accident. I counted 36 of them, but as you know, I can't count. But Here's more under the Westgate Bridge. Lots of security so you can't break into stuff down here. There's another little plaque over here that I'll go have a quick look at as well. Okay, so there was this guy as well who died, I think 2 years later. He died on the other side of the bridge where we were, so that's where I got my information wrong. There was one person who died on that side. Joseph Charles Joe Owens, and he was a rigger. And then there's I'm pretty sure there's 38 of them. I'd counted them wrong, but I'm sure I missed a couple for each person who died on this side. The Eiffel Tower, wee. I apologise if this video is a bit less fucking around and funny, but I'm sure this is interesting to me, so I'm sure you guys will be interested to learn this as well. Alright, so that's the whole, I think that's the whole Westgate Memorial Park done over here. Radar detection in operation, so don't break in there. I wonder what's in there though. Big bolted up fucking... Hear that? There's a boat. Wow, look at this. More chairs. Bit sketchy down these areas. You don't know if there's people like sleeping out here, homeless people, junkies. There's a fucking construction bollard, and someone's playing the musical horns. Hey, how's it going? Good. I was wondering what that noise was. I thought it was a boat. Yeah. Nah. All good, bro. Enjoy. There's a dude playing the trumpet down there. Fucking scared him a bit, I think, but anyway. Leave him to it. Not gonna stick his camera in his face. I'm sure he's here for like memorial purposes or something. But yeah, anyway, that's the west side of the Westgate Bridge. Relax. I'm back in the car now. It is 2:49 PM, which means that it's about to get fucking hectic because this is one of the busiest roadways in Melbourne. There's gonna be fucking peak hour, so I'm gonna get the fuck over the bridge before it picks up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know a lot of you are here from the last video and you probably never heard of me before, but this is actually my second channel, so I've got it linked. I think if you go to my channel page, my main channel, I've got some other different videos on there, but if you enjoyed this one, you might enjoy those ones. Anyway, if you guys want to fucking help the brother boy out, leave a like and a subscribe. I want to be able to do more shit like this in and around Australia and maybe even the world one day if it takes off. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, we got like 1,000 subs off that last video, which is pretty good. So 10,000 by the end of the year is the goal. If we reach it, hell yeah. If we don't, it is what it is. But yeah, I think next video I'm gonna do is maybe Nana Goon or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I thought this would be interesting. Hope you guys found it interesting as well. So anyway, it's enough waffle. See you guys in the next one.